happened to you? You are at an event and you bravely walk up to someone and start a conversation, and then it runs its course, but you don't know how to leave? Is this just me or you too? How do you say it's time to move on? Or what if you're in a group conversation and the 8th person has now just entered the group and you've now heard everyone's introduction 7 times and you're ready to go, but you don't want to be rude? What do? In all honesty, I think leaving the conversation is actually harder than starting and introducing yourself in the conversation in the first place. Exiting a conversation gracefully is a skill that we all need to learn and develop. And so today I am giving you the tactics that you can steal for yourself the next time you're at an event. And this includes one-on-one conversations and in groups. And I'll also share the times that I didn't leave so gracefully and why I'm totally okay with it. Welcome to the Creating Opportunities podcast. This is the place where we help smart, ambitious professionals create authentic relationships for success in all areas of their lives. Why? Because people matter. They're messy, but they matter. I am Cassandra. I am a speaker, a trainer, an iced coffee lover, and I am here to help you make better, deeper connections. I am the first to raise my hand and say, I am bad at ending conversations. It is a skill I've had to practice. And I'll be honest, I'm still terrible at it on the phone. I will let a conversation go an extra 45 minutes because I just don't know how to hang up. So if you've ever been on the phone with me and you thought, wow, she really talked my ear off, I probably did, and I'm very sorry. But in person, I've learned some things and we're gonna talk about it. But I just wanna let you know, if you have ever felt awkward, uncomfortable, rude, trying to figure out how to walk away at an event, been there. You are not alone. And before we get into tactics, I just have to remind you of one thing. 99% of people at an event are just as self-conscious, nervous, and feel as awkward as you do. However, if you use these tactics, you will be the one who exudes confidence and leadership. Not cockiness, just confidence, self-assuredness. So let's start with those one-on-one conversations. Now, in general, I recommend trying when you get to an event, a conference mixer, etc., that you try and find just one person to talk to. It's easier to find one person to talk to than walking up to a group. So let's talk one-on-one first. Okay, so I got a Diet Coke as my object lesson here. So way number 1 that you can end the conversation is find a reason to leave. So I'm using my Diet Coke as example. It's before 8:30 in the morning and I'm drinking Diet Coke, but here we are. So you are going to have a drink that's close to done and you're gonna say, you know what, it's been so great talking to you. I'm gonna go get a refill. I'll see you later. Let me grab your card. You know, I would love to get your contact information. Let's keep in touch, but I'm gonna go refill my drink. That was a lot. You don't have to say all that, just some version of that. But essentially, find a reason to leave. Another could be, oh, I see someone over there I know, I wanna go say hi, but let me get your contact info. Or do you have a card? Something like that to show them you're not over talking to them, because like any good networking relationship where we're meeting these people is just the beginning. We're gonna build a relationship and follow up. So get their info. But a drink or, oh, I haven't been to the dessert table yet, something like that, those are great ways to get out of the conversation. So find a reason to leave that isn't going to offend them. Let me finish my Diet Coke. Bonus tip on this. This is why I do actually tend to drink sodas, non-alcoholic drinks at events, because I know I can finish it. Like if I need to, if I'm in a conversation with someone and it's way up here at the top, but I need to find a way out, I can suck this down fast and go, oh, you know, it's been so great talking, but I want to go refill my drink. Could I get your contact info? If they're like not the most enticing person, I can suck this down fast and go do that. Whereas if this has bourbon in it, that's a different story. Okay, so tactic 2. This one's gonna shock you, and I think some of you are about to be like, that feels awkward, but just trust me on it. You're gonna have full transparency and say you wanna go meet other people, but they should too. And we're again going to graciously get their contact info before leaving. Here's what this means and what this looks like. Let's remember that you're at an event because you wanna meet people, and this other person you're talking to, they probably are there because they wanna meet people too, but again, they're just as awkward, nervous, and self-conscious as you are, and so they don't know how to end the conversation either. So there can come a point when you're one-on-one where you go, you know what, it has been so great talking to you, but let's be real, we came here because we want to meet people, and I would love to just stand in this corner and talk with you all night, but that's not why I came. So could I get your contact info, and let's go challenge ourselves to meet a couple more people. They're going to feel relieved, okay? They are actually going to feel relieved. So I have used this tactic before, and nobody's hurt by it. They totally understand it. So try it out. Okay, now for a group. Both of those tactics still work in group settings. Finding a reason to leave is still a great thing in a group. When you're in a group of people and you finish your, you go, oh, I'm gonna go get more of this. It was so nice meeting you all, and you leave. It's actually a great way to get out of the groups where maybe you don't want contact info. Every now and then we hit those. So you can use that one. Also, you can use the let's be honest, full transparency one, as long as it's a small group. I wouldn't look at a group of 8 people or anything more than I think 2 to 3 other people and say, hey, we all came here to meet other people, so let's split up. That doesn't work. But I will say I have been in an instance where myself and I want to say 2 other women were at an event and we were talking for like 20 minutes. You actually should try and keep these to about 10 minutes each, but we had been talking for 20 minutes and it truly was just safety at this point. We enjoyed talking to each other. It's like, I'd rather talk to you than have to go out there and meet other people. I couldn't figure out a way to break away, and I was comfortable too. And so I kind of had to acknowledge it and just turn to them and said, hey, let's be real. This is what we came for, but let me get your card. Also, just so you know, as a side note, people know they should get business cards, get contact info, but some people feel really awkward about doing it. Don't be afraid to be the one who says, yo, we came here to meet people. I would love to get your information. Could I get your card? You know, I'd love to hear more. It totally works. Okay, so for groups, you can do those 2 tactics that work for one-on-ones, but let me know if you have ever been in this situation. I've had this happen multiple times, but the one that really got me was I was at a Create and Cultivate event in LA years ago, and there were high top tables, and I walked up to one woman at a high top table. We introduced ourselves, and then right as we introduced ourselves, a 3rd woman walked up, and then we introduced ourselves again. She introduces herself, and then right as we're about to like actually get into a conversation, a 4th person walks up, and now we all introduce ourselves again. She introduces herself. Great. We get in a conversation for 1 minute. 5th person walks up. This keeps happening, right? And on one hand, very happy that we look like a welcoming table. That is a whole other thing of figuring out what group to choose. Some groups are not welcoming. We'll get to that in a second. But love that we look like a welcoming table. But when the 8th person walked up, we even started joking about like, oh, I could give the intro for her across the way or that woman over there, because I had heard these introductions so many times and I just couldn't do it anymore. So have you been in that situation? What do you do when that happens? We don't want this new person who just showed up to feel bad for walking up to the table. Think of how that looks. Like they walk up and you're like, okay, I gotta go. They're like, oh, did I do something? I've watched people feel that way where they go, oh, is it me? I'm so sorry. So you do wanna do what's called the changing of the guard, but we wanna do it with grace. When person number 8 approaches, or honestly, even person number 5, when this new person approaches and you can't do the intro rounds one more time, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go, you know what? It's been so great talking to you all. You're gonna find a reason. I'm gonna go refresh my drink, gonna go try the dessert, whatever. It was so nice meeting everyone. Could I get your contact info? Grab people's info, and then you're going to look at the new person and you're gonna go, I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna go get a drink, but what's your name? And they'll tell you their name and you go, so nice meeting you. Can I get your card? Or I hope I get to talk to you later on. One of those 2 things. Acknowledge them. Give them respect before you walk away. Okay? So make sure you acknowledge them. Now also, when you're getting that contact info, get everybody's, even if you only care about certain people. I have been in group conversations that then turned into like one-on-one conversations where the rest of us were just standing there, and it's very awkward. And you can tell that that person only wants to talk to this person and only wants their info. Just get everybody's card or contact info, and then you decide what to do with it later. Okay? So changing of the guard. Acknowledge the new person, ask for everyone's info, tell them you'll talk to them later, and then if possible, really try and make an effort to find that person later and say, hey, sorry I had to walk away. What's your name? What do you do? Right? Like get into a conversation with them again later on. But you don't need to get in the intro loop for 30 minutes. Just saying from someone who's been there. Now, there were two circumstances where I basically felt like Homer Simpson in that GIF where he just goes into the bushes, right? Where he just walks out. There were two times where I truly just walked away from the conversations. And here's why. One time was two women at an event. They were talking to each other and I walked up. I approached with my drink, I walked up, and I didn't just interrupt. I was trying to wait for a natural flow, right? A natural pause in the conversation to interject, introduce myself, etc. Well, these two women, they locked eyes on each other. They kept talking. They never looked away from each other. I'm standing here and they never looked at me. They just kept talking to one another like this, wouldn't even give me the time of day, didn't pause in the conversation, wouldn't look over and go, oh, hello. So after about 2 minutes of awkwardly standing there, feeling invisible, if you've never had this happen to you, you don't know how weird and rude it feels. But if you have had someone ice you out before and pretend like you're not there, it is unnerving. So these two women truly just acted like I wasn't there, so I acted like I wasn't there and I just walked away. I don't need to tell them goodbye. They acted like I wasn't there in the first place. That happened years ago. I never had to use that tactic again until December. So this past December, I was at an event here in town where I knew literally nobody. It was hard even for me, the extrovert. It was an event that was not set up well to meet people. And I had bravely walked up to some people I didn't know, started a conversation. And they talked with me for a minute. I could tell networking was not their favorite thing to do, but they talked for a minute and they worked at the same company. And then another woman who worked at their company came up and joined the conversation. And then all of a sudden, these three people just started talking about work and they did not look at me at all. And they didn't try to engage me in the conversation. So basically, I had been talking to people and now I'm just awkwardly standing there, listening to three people talk. It was like listening to a podcast, but in real life, or like watching a play. Like, I was not a part of this. They talked about work. There was nowhere I could contribute. They stopped looking at me. So I finally just went, I'm leaving. And I think I did at least say to them like, well, it was nice meeting you. And then I just walked away. Because I kind of wanted them to see like, hey, you're being pretty rude right now. But I just walked away. I went, these people aren't giving me the time of day. So there are times where you can just ditch on out. But overall, try and be gracious. Finding a reason to me is the easiest. But there are times where there's a changing of the guard, nice to meet you, etc. And then, like I said, that full transparency actually works really well when you're one-on-one or maybe 2 to 3-on-1. So if people are rude and won't let you into the conversation, well, no need to announce your exit, just walk away. So what about you? Do you have a tactic you use to leave conversations? Or if not, let me know in the comments which of these tactics you'll try at your next event. And of course, since you got their information, now you need to go contact them the next day. And to help you out with that, I have a free guide full of connection messages that you can go steal for yourself. They work for a myriad of situations, both emails and LinkedIn connection requests. You can grab those in the description box below or the show notes. Now go watch how to introduce yourself right over here.